So I didn't chronicle everything that I did, but I wanted to pull out the shifter so that I could put different, different grease on this ball here. Still got a decent amount of play, but it is what it is. And it's an unholy nightmare to get this whole assembly out of here. Okay, so the shift assembly has these 4 bolts or nuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that is what holds this thing, this thing in place, right? But the head of the bolt, you know, on the other end of this whole situation here, is not captive, it's not secured or anything. And the only way for you to get it out if the bolt is spinning is to try and lift the rest of this center console assembly. This whole thing here is lifted up so that you can possibly get a 13 millimeter socket on the back side. So this nut, that nut over there, and that one all popped free without issue. This one just spun for days, which meant that I had to find something shallow enough to hold the bolt in place. And on the underside of this plastic, right, there's a channel around the head of the nut, or I'm sorry, the head of the bolt. So you can't just put a box wrench on it, right? Like I have a 13 right here, useless, totally fucking useless. You have to get a socket on it in order to hold it in place so that you can take the nut off. And then once you do, this whole assembly, right, this plastic piece here with the shift rod and a couple of the, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, the pieces, right, that'll come out. But you have no access to the underside because the plastic comes fully down over the sheet metal of the body where the exhaust goes. So like I literally on this side just broke the plastic off. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. In order to get something under there to guide the bolt out and then also put it back into place after it fell out. Oh goodness. But if you can do that, you can get this out if you need to either service it or switch it out or something like that. The reason I wanted to pull it out is because there was so much dust and grime from, you know, the last 20 years of the previous owner and me for the last couple of years. It looked worse than like a worn out Nintendo 64 joystick. So I eventually pulled this out, cleaned it, put in new lube and all the rest of that stuff, and I'm putting it back together. But it's a nightmare, all right? There's bolts with 7 millimeter heads here that hold it together. One here. You don't have to take this one out, but there's a couple more down here that you got to take out, and then 1 or 2 more on this side. And as you're pulling it out, there's this metal tab here that clashes with this wiring harness, and you're gonna just cut the hell out of the insulation if you try to wrench it up. So you can take the body control module, I assume that's what it is, or maybe this is one of the airbag modules because it's got the yellow plug. But you can take the 3 bolts out of it and move it out of the way and then get this out of the way. But yeah, if you're trying to dig into this here, just be ready to scream and shout because it is a nightmare.